Togo, and he says that it's never going to happen to me. So when we say like people are authoritarian, or when we say people are take a position in which might make our liberal sensibilities make us feel a bit uncomfortable, and we apply it to places like Iran or resistance groups on the ground, it's very easy from the comfort of the imperial core to say this is authoritarian. It's very comfortable, very easy from these Ivy League institutions to say, oh, this person is this person is authoritarian, this person is dictatorial, but we don't know what it's like dealing with the weight of US imperialism coming against you, right? Every day against your country, right? So of course there's going to be internal contradictions, but at the end of the day, it's very easy from our position to critique these people. And that's why I always said, I think the greatest thing we can do in the imperial core in talking about groups in the global south is have humility first and foremost. That's the first thing, have humility and realize that what they're facing is not what we're facing here.
And it's also, just to make this point about Secretary. The Secretary said they would not overthrow me, so they militarized the whole of the society, they armed the population, they put economic power in the hands of the communities, right? All of this in an attempt to hold off this imperialist onslaught. They will not do it to me. But 1 week after he died, they did it and overthrew that government. All right? And this word division, we gotta be careful how we use these terms, right? Because there are some divisions that cannot and should not be overcome. We have class enemies. We have gender enemies. And we have enemies that are against our nation as a whole. And those divisions will not be overcome, because to overcome them is to compromise the revolution itself. So every issue that we take in, including unity, has to take in the class, the gender, and the national contradictions that are at the root of our struggle. And when somebody tell you they for the class struggle and the gender struggle, but nationalism don't matter, or they for nationalism and class, but gender don't matter, or they for gender and nationalism, but class don't matter, that is your enemy trying to confuse you, because it all matters. Nothing can wait. The people must be free, all of them. And when we say the people, we're talking about the masses and not the oppressors and the exploiters. So there are some divisions. We're not talking about that kind of unity where we all hold hands and go skipping down the street singing "We Shall Overcome." That's not the kind of unity we talk about. In fact, the unity we're talking about is impossible without our organization. Organization presupposes, unity presupposes organization. It's the product of organization.
That's thank you for so much for saying that, because it's like one of the most famous things that we see as organizers is that we are not outnumbered, but we are very much out-organized. And everything we learn, also our enemies and oppositions learn alongside us. And so we have to be awake and active and
it's
ready.
not a coincidence that you have a black woman running for president, that you have
that's
a black
what she
woman
is.
who's a UN apparently so.
Is Kamala an African name? Because we taking African names back from somewhere.
But you have a Haitian press secretary who's a black woman. Yesterday in the UK, the leader of the Conservative Party, Kemi Badenoch, is a black woman, right? For so long, yes, there's oppression that black women face in this country, but you divorce that from class, and you get now we can put a black woman in front of you and everyone's now placated, right? So you get intersectionality, which is just bourgeois reductionism, right? It doesn't account for class, right? So I think fundamentally, just again, if it's not a project rooted in, I always say, as we said, class, nation, gender, then again it's going to be co-opted, right? Because I think if something can be co-opted, it says from the beginning it was weak.